So sure, I have to walk alone, but it's not by my own choice. Truthfully, there's just too much evil in the world as it is. But as well as that fact, it's evil in my life that's data mapped me and tracked me with intent. And it needs to get rid of me to save itself from its own desolate, destructive ways. So yeah, it intimidates people when I saw clear through their fake ass smiles. Fake family, fake times with the real faked, gamed up reality that played me over to push me over into the darkest parts of my life. But they did it with intent to keep me poisoned up and paint it up as though I was just lost off on my own accord. And I wasn't. I was being subjected through this mistreatment and torture. It wasn't a misfortune all upon my own. These misfortunes were planned out for me, planned to a T, to take my whole life away from me. So when it didn't work, they didn't know what to do with themselves, and you could see it written all along their faces. I just didn't want it. I didn't want to learn where it was all coming from because, Lord knows, I couldn't have ever loved them like that. My love wasn't fake. I didn't play those same games. And I didn't play with people's hearts until mine was within an unwitting mess of myself that they created over me with poisons. So I never could become me. They didn't want to allow me to become anything. Poisoned in not only the actual poison itself, sure, but poison as well in the ways that they'd treat me, misuse me, manipulate me. So they didn't want me to even start to be able to see myself for me. Where every mirror didn't look back at me right because we mirror each other. And that's why I could start to see clear through them as their masks fell off. And I knew far too well at that point what I was dealing with was a very sick and twisted way that they shook up by their own craft, by their own dark arts book. But they sure had dark hearts. They took me and my life for granted, and they took away parts of my life like complete crooks. Which is why I didn't not only need deliverance from evil, but that gang-stalking deliverance from organized crime that was being played against me. So that's why I'm out here asking for your help. Not only with spirituality in your prayers, but within a very physical fashion. Where I know most people can't see it for what it is. They haven't been able to live a day in my shoes, so it just sounds crazy. But it's not. I'm telling you the truth. Because people who love you won't just try and shake up any which way but loose from their own reasons that they need to create that craft up from their own darkest parts of their own hearts. Those who love you can face the ways that they've led you to be, to hurt you. Not wear up that war, because when they're wearing up that war that you've been played out for so long, they wear up the war because it has been that long, and they need to keep wearing that mask, because when that mask falls off, other people can see them for exactly who they were and who they are. So no, they won't be willing to listen to you and to be there for you. They couldn't be real from jump in the first place to hear you out. And so these fake men, or shall I say, little boys, didn't have any way to be accountable for their lessons because they weren't just giving you lessons. They were actively working within a plan to hurt you and take your life away for good. And that was my own father and his demons, not mine. But that these men decided to run with that kind of game, how could you even continue to play up in that kind of way and in your own refrain? So it gets hard out here because not only don't people want to believe you, but there are so many people who literally can't not only believe you, but they have to continue figuring out which mask they're going to put on for the day, which fake face that they're going to decide to costume themselves up with and wear every day, because they couldn't be real anymore. Real means that they'd have to be accountable for their actions. And all that they could ever be then is fake. Gamed. Because their whole getup was gamed from the very beginning. So, to be accountable for them was to take their own selves to prison. So they can't take off that mask, or it's their whole makeup that starts to smear and wear off. And once that makeup starts to smear and come off, that's when people see them for exactly who they are. And they can't have that now, can they? No. No, they can't ever. So that's why it's hard being me. Because not only is there many people that have to continuously wear those fake masks, but there's many people around them that need them to keep their fake masks on so that they don't slip. And that's sad.